Hello guys, this is Tom here. I'm here back with another video to you and just basically give my opinion about something here. So hold your chairs a little bit. So ridiculous. You know, I just had a few things. First a few things. I am in Sweden right now. It's been hectic these past days, or basically this past week since I got here. Trying to take care of and deal with a lot of, let's call it, garbage, junk that you got in your basement. You want to go through your basement. You want to check it out and basically take care of this stuff that is haunting you, keeping you stuck, not be able to move forward, progress. So for me, it's been important to come here to Sweden. This wonderful spring is different here now compared to Portugal. But just to take care of things and feel like you can head somewhere. I'm talking about documentation, paperworks, you name it. A little bit of everything. A lot of annoying things you want to get rid of. I'm a little bit all over the place now mentally. I feel like a lot of stuff up in the air right now. Because as you know, probably you are possibly in a similar situation. Life is not easy. It's really difficult right now. It's difficult times. It's strange times. And it feels like whatever you're doing, trying to get some leverage, it's just simply not enough. Whatever you're doing, you're trying to be at it. You're trying to be on the ball. You're trying to always like, okay, I'll update this. I do that course. Okay, I take this job, get some more experience. You're doing everything. You're doing more than what should be enough. But hence, it's challenging. I wanted to talk a little bit about. I just had kind of like a job interview actually. It's funny, you're working, but you're having an interview and you are applying jobs and you are working with your own projects. And what else are you not doing? And when I mean you, I'm speaking about myself. I am doing so many things now because I want to. I'm doing it because I want to, and I want to control things in my life. With that said, I'm actually in a pretty good place. I am in a place where things is not easy, like I said, but I am kind of like facing them. I'm facing myself. I'm facing the challenges of being like a young man, but not young, but young enough to be able to. And that's the funny thing. Young enough to think that where you are is not where you should be. Kind of like that. I guess many people have those kind of thoughts when you are like, start comparing yourself. You're thinking, oh, is this where I supposed to be? Should I really be doing this by now? And shouldn't I have all of these things? And you see social media, and yeah, I will get into this with social media soon again. But there is no formula. It used to be a formula. For example, back in the days, like, let's say, I guess the boomer generation, or we don't really need to specify on a specific generation, but it used to be like a formula. You either finish school and you go directly out to do a blue collar work, or you go to school and after school you get this, and then you buy your first home, and etc, etc. The list can go long. It's different now, and many people are just really working without really heading somewhere. And yeah, I mean, more or less we're all in the same boat, but it comes to a point where you see yourself, is this where I want to be with myself? And it's just like there's no right or wrong here. I mean, obviously you can optimize yourself to the best of your capability to get some leverage, and kind of like what I'm trying, and what you're trying. Everyone is trying that in all ways that we can. But I kind of like got to the point where I have accepted my fate. And it's a good, I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm also kind of joking. It's because it's kind of ironic how life is. But life is happening right now. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm definitely a bit of a philosopher, at least in the way that I think. And I mean, I am gonna do those things that I tell myself that I'm gonna do. There is no other way. It's just like I've got to that point. And before I forget it, I would say I just had a job interview. Well, actually, I did mention it, but it was so quick. It was just like over in 5 minutes, like 10 minutes maybe. I don't know, because it was more like that first kind of a screening digital meeting. Just basically wanted to know a little bit about my background. Just talked very briefly for, I don't know, a couple of minutes. And it's always so difficult. I noticed that with myself, and I understand. It's a fresh habit, I guess, that you can exercise and get better at, to talk about yourself and talk about your experiences, your skills, your background. I just try to blend it all together because okay, what it gets down to, before the interview, I was just like, I don't care about this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm most likely I'm not gonna do this job. And trying to explain yourself for someone who is just like really stressed, I could kind of tell that this guy, he was very, very stressed. I actually told myself that after the meeting, like, that guy was very stressed, and we all are. I mean, I am stressed very often, actually, and it's not a normal thing to be. It's funny speaking with other people, like older people. I can relate to most people, but I have a difficult time also to explain, like, okay, this is the world for my generation now. This is what I'm going through. Like my parents, for example, they think that I sit so much in front of the computer, and they are also. But I know that I sit very, very much. I do it like the majority of the day. And that's nothing unusual for our generation, or it's not about our generation, it's just about how life is right now. Because there's those jobs when you're just like, okay, I leave in the morning, I go there and I do this manual labor or whatnot. Like, you're a carpenter and you go there and you do, and then you come home in the afternoon and you just like rinse and repeat. Nothing wrong with that. It's not about right or wrong or anything. It's just like, I try to tell my parents, like, I am working all the time. And of course, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, you can say that whatever I am doing, it's something about learning. It's something, and of course, I have I guess, my guilty habits, or guilty, what do you call it? What you like, wasting time, like just brain dead stuff, like watching a YouTube video. I have nothing like extraordinary bad or extraordinary weird or any wasteful thing. Like, for example, I don't even drink right now, and which is helpful. It's like it helped me a lot recently, like these past months, for whatever months I didn't drink now. Like, I told my parents, like, I mean, before I used to hang out in the bar. I'm just like, this is the way my life looks now, because have you noticed how time speeds up more and more and more, it seems like. I don't know why, but I guess it's like nothing different, but it's just like, okay, I got to the point, I know what I want to do now in my life, and I know what I have to do, because it's like who I am. For me, it's always been very important, like to try to, I guess, it's maybe it's ridiculous, or maybe it's like cliche, to be like authentic and do the things that are authentic to you. I don't give a fuck. I just like to write, for example. That's one thing that I really like. So I'm gonna do that. That's it. And I'm working with that, or whether it's with some other kind of creative outlet, trying to set up your business and working your job. All of these things I feel great about in one way, because it's like it match who I am. There are things with my job that I really don't like, but as a whole, I enjoy it. There are aspects that I like, just like anyone. You know, you do things that you don't like, but damn you if you're like, and get me right, I understand sometimes we do things because we just gotta survive, and but I just don't, I'm just not, at this point in my life, I'm just not going to, for example, that interview that I just had, like, I'm just not gonna do a job that I just don't see myself as a part of who I am. But I mean, that can change also depending on the situation. I just like, okay, this is what I will do because it's who I am. It's very, I think I overemphasize that quite a bit now. And yeah, I don't know if I should make yeah, I probably should make another video about it, what I was intended to make this video about, which relates to social media and dating in I guess in the 2020s, about women in our contemporary age and the whole search for some kind of status, identity, and luxury lifestyle, and just trying to be someone like that is so fancy that doesn't need to have anything paid for you, or essentially. But that's a whole other different video, and I'm gonna do that one as well. So yeah, this was an update about how we're all basically trying to get ahead and trying to get some leverage in these strange times where everything is very expensive, where it's like such high demand, or high demand and competition of the jobs that are out there. But are the jobs really there? That's what I'm questioning.